So this is an Ace Coaster landmark. You're telling me that every other coaster in the park is a B or lower? God, I love these seats. It's almost like sitting in a Barkin' Lounger, if that Barkin' Lounger was covered in sweat from the previous rider. Wait, that's not sweat. Ew! Where are the restraints? Just a seatbelt? That's it? What's gonna keep me in when I fall out? Circle lift. That is really, really cool. Because let's face it, straight is boring. Click, 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 all the way up. You know, I will say it, this is more soothing than the sound of Chicago during rush hour, which is pretty much every hour. Ooh, we're going over the drop. That was the flattest drop I have ever seen. That thing is flatter than the last trombone I owned. It feels like someone hadn't changed the wheels on this thing in like 10 years. Maybe a little oil at least. I got to admit, pretty smooth though, for a ride that's older than, well, me. Can they at least bother to rake up some of the leaves around here? It looks like a crispy garden. Weaving this thing around the lift hill is pretty cool, but for all people riding this thing, here's a little suggestion. Don't put your arm out, because you will lose it. For real. The clearance on this, very sus. Very, very sus. Roller coaster my ass. This thing feels more like a glorified mine train. Another turn. I gotta say, this thing turns more than Loki does from good to bad. Or from male to female. This is a tough one. I gotta say, if you have kids, if you're a kid, you would love this thing as your kind of like your first coaster sort of thing. But if you're an adult, this thing does nothing for you. This ride is tame and boring. But I would say it would make a nice night ride with all the trees around here. If there's nobody in line for this ride, definitely ride it, because this thing usually has like a 3-hour line before noon. People loved it for some reason. I don't. Holy crap. So I just looked it up, and it turns out that this ride was almost scrapped for Superman Ultimate Flight. An uproar of people caused the Shockwave to get removed instead. What is Shockwave? Made by Aerodynamic. No need to say more. Removing that ride was definitely the right choice. God, the pain that ride must have caused. Well, based on that first drop, I can imagine a ton of people broke their necks on that thing. Final synopsis. If you have a bunch of kids and you're just an average person who doesn't ride roller coasters, this is the best ride, because trust me, kids will love it. People will have good memories with it. But if you're a 20-year-old white guy like myself, I'm not waiting 3 hours in this line to ride this. I'm going to go to Raging Bull instead. I'll tell you what this ride is better than. It's better than my boy the Demon over there. Because let me tell you something. It's funny how two rides can be the exact same age, but one can age so terribly and the other can age so well. It's almost like something crazy happening around here. All right, it's time to ride some maximum force.